Good evening, I'm Debbie from Testa's Pantry. Usually we keep it simple on Thursday, but something came up yesterday, and so we decided that we were going to keep it simple today, on Friday. We're going to do something a little bit different. Rarely do we do anything that's vegan, at least for a full course dinner or a main course dinner. Generally it's just salads and things of that nature. But we decided that we're going to try something a little bit different. And we have some roasted root vegetables that we are going to put on top of quinoa and then drizzle with some pesto. It sounds absolutely amazing, and I think we're going to give it a shot. So I'm going to start by taking I have some root vegetables here I cut up. So we have some carrots, some radishes, some winter squash, or the nice sweeter one, and we also have some turnips in here that are sliced, and I have some aromatics, thyme. We love thyme. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil on the top of that. I'm going to use the Arbequina. It's a sweeter, a little bit sweeter, and we like this one for bringing out the fruitiness of vegetables. So we'll put about a tablespoon on there. That's about a tablespoon. We're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, not a tremendous amount. So there's some salt. We'll toss that up, and we're going to put it on a cookie sheet to roast at 375 for this portion here takes about 40 minutes. Now we're going to add to it some Brussels sprouts. These are cleaned, cored, halved, and we're going to put on about a clove of minced garlic. Again, a little bit of salt. This time we're going to crush some nice, fresh black pepper. And we're going to put, again, a little bit of Arbequina. Not a tremendous amount. Alright, now we're going to stir those all up. And those are ready to go in the oven, but I'll take out what we already started so you can see what it looks like. So like I said, the Brussels sprouts cooked before the roasted root vegetables. So those are our cooked Brussels sprouts. We'll put those right there. And these are our roasted root vegetables right here. So that's what they look like cooked. So we have carrots and the winter squash and some radishes and turnips. They get a little shriveled. They look pretty decent though. So what we're going to do now is to make our bowl. And that's we're taking a bowl. We're going to take a half cup of quinoa. Now the quinoa, everybody thinks it's a grain, but it's not a grain. Quinoa is actually a seed from the quinoa plant. So we take a half a cup of quinoa, and it's high in everything. It's higher in protein than a lot of other fibers and different meats, and certainly more so than any grain. It has, it's an excellent source of vitamin B, and it's just good for you, and it's gluten-free. Okay, now we're going to take our Brussels sprouts, and let me use my cup holder because it's a little bit warm. So we're going to take the Brussels sprouts, and let's start with the grain. Let's start with these first. The Brussels sprouts will add some color. So we're going to put these over. Let me take the thyme off because we don't need that in our bowl. And there, so we have lots and lots of beautiful roasted root vegetables. And this is going to be a great meal. Very nutritious. And we'll get rid of those now. There. And tasty. Okay, so we'll put the ones that we're going to cook, we'll spread those out onto our cookie sheet. Just like that. And we're going to wait to put the Brussels sprouts on for another 10 minutes because they cook too quickly and we don't want them to get overly cooked. So we'll start the timer. We're putting the Brussels sprouts on top of our bowl. We'll put this in the oven. These are the root vegetables, so we're going to put these in. We'll start the timer for 20 minutes, and then we'll put the Brussels sprouts in there too and do those for another 20 minutes. Okay, so here we have our bowl, and that's quite lovely. What we're going to do is put some pesto on top of it. This was an idea that I cannot remember the name of the chef, but I thought it was a great idea. And she's from the New York Times. And it's just very fresh. And there's about a tablespoon of grated cheese that we mix in with our pesto. Now the pesto is a classic recipe. We take a cup of packed basil leaves. We mix it with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and a tablespoon of toasted pine nuts and a really small clove of garlic. There, now we blend that all together. When it's all blended, we add the grated cheese, about a tablespoon, and now we're going to put that on top. See, there it is. There's our bowl for tonight. It's packed with nutrients, and it's extra yummy too. And I'm looking forward to it. There, happy eating. And that squash is so sweet. Okay, take care. We'll see you next week. Thank you.